It's the media. That is, you determine what to inform, educate, entertain your listeners with in order to get into their subconscious, conscious, influence their actions, inactions, views, perspectives, the whole 9 yards. Now that's agenda setting. My name is Edima Osoro Obalulua, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Sadly, very few OAPs, presenters, broadcasters are able to set agenda. I'm not throwing shade, I'm not calling names, I'm just trying to share my experience so far and what has helped me in the media industry. Now, irrespective of your brand, you have to set agenda. This is why I'm always shouting on top of your head about show prep. Yes, you have to do your show prep. You don't have to leave everything to spontaneity. Yes, I understand. Oh, you need to be spontaneous and all of that. Don't be straight line. But you really need to do your show prep. But this show is not about show prep before I just divert and start going on and on about show preps. The thing is, you don't even have to crack your head to set an agenda. Yes, it's pretty easy. It's not as hard as you think. I will try to be practical and break it down as much as I can. So, subtle messages can be passed across in your content, and this is important because the media, don't forget, is the watchdog of the society. Can you say to yourself that you really have been a watchdog of the society, especially in recent times, or you have been carried away with celebrity gist and celebrity gossip? I'm not throwing blames. I'm going to be very practical, like I said I would be. I remember October 2020. I went to bed that night. No. The day before, I had gone to bed that night. And I was feeling myself, when you know you're going to have an A show the next day because, you are prepared. You've done your show prep, every. That's how I woke up in the middle of the night, and I saw breaking news here and there, everything I've scattered, protests, NSAS, hey, what am I gonna do? I had to overhaul the show. Yes, the entire show, sharply. See, sometimes you don't have time. You have to think on the spot, gang, there. So yes, there's still room for spontaneity, but you still have to organize in as much as you're trying to be spontaneous and trying to accommodate what just happened. So I had to go and look for Aluta Continua songs, which is why there's a playlist. I'm glad that a lot of stations, I don't know what softwares you're using now, but you have a whole collection of songs. Play around with it. You should know the songs in your software. You should know what you're using. Are you using Zeta? Are you using Autoplus? What exactly are you using as your software? Are you using Zara? So it all depends on what you're using. I had to just go and find Aluta Continua songs in the archive and load them up. So I was playing songs like Good People, Great Nation, Timi Dakolo, Peace Song, Oyekan Wenu, Let's Live Together, Kush. I remember playing that one as well. I had to find those songs. I didn't need to do much talking because there was so much controversy around it already. So I had to let my songs speak about it. You've set the agenda. People are not silly. The people listening to you, best believe they understand. They know that conversation is going to happen when they're driving to work, in their office. People will just be like, and and you're just giving them the songs back to back. You get you've set the agenda, and you could go up and be like, what's happening in Lagos? We're getting some very disturbing reports coming out of Lagos. What is happening in Lagos? I know you may be trying to be careful, especially depending on the kind of topics or what it is that is happening or has evolved, and you don't want to get into trouble with NBC. So you got to be smart. You can ask what you want to ask in form of questions. What's happening in Lagos? There's so much going on in the news, but we all need to remember one thing. Nigeria belongs to us. Next thing, I'm playing Nigeria is one song. Let's not break Nigeria. Nigeria is, do you understand? You have set agenda in the consciousness and subconsciousness of people. You've got some conversations going on. Now, let me move on to, let's say you are not a hit music station, you're not a music station, you're not an entertainment station. Let's say you're a sports station, and let's say you're working for a brand that is really straight jacket, that really rigid, you don't have that much flexibility. What do? That depending on what it is, your station might not be the go-to station for certain information, but you can change that if you're able to set your agenda. So, I am a sports presenter. What do? I see what's happening in the news. I see the NSARS. What can I do? You have to rejig that show. Go and find sound bites of sad sporting moments. Infuse it into the show. If there's something not so nice that was in the report in the sporting world, say, okay, today, Gombe United and Aqua United played and Gombe lost to Aqua United at the ongoing 18th NPFL. What a loss. And we are having information coming out of Lagos that we're not too sure of, but it's rather disturbing. People are not dumb, like I said. They know that something is happening in Lagos. They know that the NSARS is happening in Lagos. Oh, you could also do something, for example, again, sometime in August, Man United fans, thousands of Man United fans stayed back to protest against Blazers ownership after the win against Nottingham Forest. But we learned that the protest in Lagos did not turn out right. What could be happening in the city of Lagos, Nigeria? And your tone too is also very important when you are setting agenda. Depending on what you're talking about, you cannot afford to sound excited. I know sports is really upbeat, so you can't be saying, oh, I'm wondering what's happening in Lagos. And then you're looking all, no. But if you're trying to set agenda for something maybe milder, okay, let's say, hi guys, so we learned that Domino's Pizza is leaving Nigeria. Wow, I cannot believe this. So what does this mean? Is it possible that we'll be having more Nigerian pizza? Do you look forward to eating Nigerian pizza? You have just set an agenda in the mind of people. You've gotten them thinking. You've started conversations. Now, some of you are probably already engaging in agenda setting and you don't know you are. Well, if that's you, well done. I am super proud of you. Keep it up. You're doing well. And I was just reflecting on the 2023 general elections, and I must say it was a bit disappointing. Again, I'm not calling anyone out. I'm not throwing shades, but it could have been better. The media could have done better. If you did better, well done again. Some media organizations carried on like nothing was happening, like there were no elections. Already, you know how the countries, you know how people are, oh, we want to change, we do this. Even if you're a music station, you could just, in your small talk in between, you could be like, do you have your PVC? Have you gotten a PVC? Hey, take a picture of your PVC and share it. Send it on WhatsApp, tag us, your face is not fine, or this PVC, or what is going on, It's up to you. You have indirectly told people to go get the PVCs. Now, I'm not saying go on air and campaign for a political party or campaign for a candidate. That's a total different thing, because you're probably trying to play safe with NBC, which I understand, but that's not what I'm asking you to do. You have to be patriotic. You have to encourage people to be patriotic. See, last, you have to touch base. Nigeria is for everybody, whether you like it or not. It's for all of us. Imagine if something happens, with our population of how much billion people right now. Well now wrong go. Like, who wants to accommodate all of you like that? Have you given it a thought? I'm not saying don't talk about celebrity gist, don't talk about who did what, didn't do what. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying you need to touch base sometimes. It's your job as a media person. It's not enough for you to come play music. And I also have to commend people who are doing this. A big shout out to Praise the Blaze on sports. He's doing an awesome job. Kuwazubia Info. He's doing an awesome job. I had to just commend you, Praise the Blaze. I've listened to his sports show. If there's something important happening, he infuses it into his show. Big shout out as well to EDK. Fine job you're doing on Sound City. Well done. And I'm also super proud of you. I listened to your, what's that segment called? Yeesh. Okay. Totally skip my mind right now. But hey, if you check out his page, you see what he does. He's doing an awesome job on the agenda setting. Same too with Daniel, the big one. I commend you as well. You're doing, when you see people are doing it, and yes, of course, special shout out to the talk stations. People that are doing talk stations, we see your handwork already, but I'm really focusing on non-talk stations. If you're not a talk station, what can you do? Don't be left out. All right. I also know that NBC, the government had sometime in 2020 as well. A lot of things happened in 2020. The government had asked NBC, that's the National Broadcasting Commission, to implement a 70% local content in broadcasting. I don't know how far that's going, but hey, don't wait for NBC. I'm going to be talking about NBC in another video, but don't wait for NBC. You have to do this for us, for the greater good, for Nigeria. So, talking about the next video, I'm sort of contemplating if to talk about courses in journalism, because it's important. If you do not have a media background, maybe you didn't study mass communication or media studies in school, there are some things you might not know. You have media courses to take. There are journalism courses. Some are free, some are paid for. There are also organizations who do media training. So, should I talk about that in my next video? Or should I talk about NBC in my next video? But you go ahead and tell me what to talk about in the next video. But thank you so much for watching.